How Advertising Works, Some Research Results, Chapter 3, Part 2. Research Stream 3, Central versus Peripheral Routes to Persuasion and Elaboration Likelihood Model. The model called the Elaboration Likelihood Model, or ELM, was developed by psychologists Petty and Cacioppo. According to this model, at one extreme, the consumer can consciously and diligently consider the information provided in the advertisement in forming attitudes towards the advertisement. This route is referred to as central route. There is another route referred to as the peripheral route to attitude change. Using this route, attitudes are formed and changed without active thinking about the brand's attributes and its pros and cons. In this approach, numerous arguments are offered even if they are not really strong and logical. The endorser is an expert or is attractive and likable. The consumer liked the way the ad was made, the music in it, and so on. Attitudes resulting from central processing are relatively strong and enduring and predict behavior better than attitudes formed by the peripheral route. However, the advertiser setting objectives needs to predict whether the central route is feasible. This depends on whether audience members will make the necessary effort to deeply process an advertisement with strong arguments. Also, the audience should have the ability to process the advertisement. Unless these conditions exist, a peripheral route is likely to be more effective. Petty and Cacioppo have proposed the framework given in the figure. First, decide if the audience has the motivation to process the information. If no, then choose the peripheral route. Then decide whether the audience has the ability to process the information. If no, choose the peripheral route. If yes, choose the central route to attitude change. The consumer will not spend the energy to process the hard information unless there is an association and involvement with the product. An advertisement on technical features of a computer system or a high-end audio system cannot be understood by most consumers, and they may not be able to process the information centrally. As seen earlier, the central route is preferred if the consumer is sufficiently motivated and has the ability to process the information provided. We shall see now how the strength of the argument presented influences the attitude of the consumer towards the brand. When the argument is weak, high involvement consumers do not form a good attitude. Low involvement consumers may form a good attitude if the execution is good. On the other hand, if the arguments are strong, high involvement consumers form a good attitude relative to low involvement consumers. We shall see now how the type of endorser influences the attitude towards the brand. Consumers of low involvement products are influenced by famous endorsers. Consumers of high involvement products are neutral to famous endorsers.